Hi, my name is Christina, and this is my first year working with Greater Twin Cities United Way as a campaign representative. I've come to realize that this organization isn't just where I work, it's part of my story. Today, I'm honored to share the work we do has personally touched my life in ways I could never have imagined, and why your support means so much more than you might know. I'm going to be real with y'all. I didn't realize how deeply the Greater Twin Cities United Way had impacted my life until I started working here. Within my first week, I identified 2 organizations we partner with that were absolutely integral to my healing. These weren't just names on a list. They were places that held me when I was broken, places that helped me rebuild. Both my parents grew up in lower income families. When I was born, my mom had just graduated high school, and my dad was a freshman at the University of Minnesota. They were just teenagers. Young, overwhelmed, and carrying trauma of their own. Then my brother was born, and then my sibling. Our home was filled with love, but there was also pain. I don't know when the abuse started. My memories from childhood are hazy, like trying to recall an old dream. But I do remember the day we left. I was 7 years old, standing at the door, scared and confused. There was yelling, blood, and apologies. And then we were gone. We found refuge at Lewis House, a domestic violence shelter and community partner of Greater Twin Cities United Way. We lived there for 2 months. We received daily therapy, attended support groups, and even got chickenpox for the second time. I remember painting my hands and feet and running around the jungle gym, leaving colorful prints behind me. I was a quiet, anxious child, and that was the first time I felt carefree. Lewis House did more than shelter us. They helped us find a new home, furnished it, and made sure we had food, clothing, and other essentials. Because of them, I started 2nd grade with stable housing. I excelled in school and developed a deep love of reading that I carry with me to this day. When children are exposed to violence, it doesn't just leave emotional scars, it actually rewires the brain. It disrupts the development of areas like the amygdala, hippocampus, and prefrontal cortex, which are responsible for regulating emotions, memory, and decision-making. Children as young as 3 can develop PTSD, and the effects don't just disappear. They follow you into adulthood, often showing up as anxiety, mental illness, and difficulty forming secure attachments. I wish I could say I beat the odds, that I rose above it all, but that's not my story. I struggled with post-traumatic stress for years. I was overwhelmed by emotions I could not understand. I attempted suicide more than once. I was desperate to feel love, to feel safe. That longing led me into a relationship that mirrored the trauma I had tried to escape. He swept me off my feet, promised me the world. I had never felt so deeply cared for. Now I know that kind of intensity is a warning sign. But back then, my brain was stuck in survival mode. I thought he would save me. We married quickly, and I thought I had broken the cycle. Less than a year later, I was sobbing in an alley outside my home, waiting for the police. A couple found me, strangers who didn't speak English, and my Spanish is terrible. but their kindness that day is something I will never forget. In the aftermath, I didn't know what to do. I felt broken, but I knew I had to do something. I remember Googling domestic assault Minneapolis as if I were looking up a recipe. It felt completely surreal. 2 days later, I had my first appointment at Tubman Chrysalis Center. I was listened to. I was given resources, guidance, and space to feel everything I needed to feel. Over the next 4 years, I was a patient there. I learned how trauma had shaped my mind and my body. I learned how to begin healing. Tubman is one of our longtime community partners. We partner with them because they provide critical services, including mental health support, legal advocacy, housing assistance, and more. Without Tubman, I truly don't know where I'd be today. My experience with Tubman was the beginning of my healing journey. It took 10 years of nonlinear growth, resilience, and support to reach where I am today. And because of that healing, I now have a beautiful life. I have a partner who is kind and gentle. We own our own home in North Minneapolis, filled with art, a garden, and our 3 crazy cats. I've learned to connect with my mind and body in ways that work for me. Through practices like yoga, meditation, and somatic therapy, I've begun to understand how they carry and respond to trauma and how to gently guide them towards recovery. My parents have also found their own paths to healing. They live with loving partners, and I talk to them often. They're 2 of my closest confidants. I not only understand why my childhood unfolded the way it did, but I also hold deep compassion for both of my parents. And forgiving them, I've been able to let go of the anger I hold towards myself. We must be able to forgive ourselves for who we have to be to survive. We are so much more nuanced than the stories we tell ourselves about ourselves. I am living proof of why the Greater Twin Cities of United Way is so important. Because of people like you, your donations, your time, your energy, Lewis House was able to give us refuge. Tubman was able to guide me through healing. I was able to start 2nd grade with a safe home life. And now, as an adult, I am able to grow, to learn, to love, and to truly live. So, when you support the Greater Twin Cities United Way, you're not just funding programs. You're saving lives. You're helping children feel safe. You're helping survivors find their voice. You're helping people like me build a future. Thank you.